This is Joycey.
And Blake.
And welcome to Savagely Scaled.
In this episode, we're going to be talking about the Power Monkey Camp. Because we have seen it, or I have seen it all over with some of the influencers that we follow that went to the Power Monkey Camp recently. Because they have I think a spring and a winter or summer and a fall, something like that. Because it comes on 2 seasons with it. Yes. And of course, when we talked to Evan Slaughter, we both were like, we want to go to that. It costs some money.
It does. It is pretty.
But we're going to talk about what it is, if you want to do it, and who they have on staff.
That's right.
If you want to go and check it out. Starting in
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, so Joycey, have you ever gone to like a day camp or a summer camp?
Yes, I have.
You have?
I do remember. It's called Clear Creek.
Yeah. How many years did you go?
It was in 5th grade. I think it was only one time, and it's never. I think it's not something like that's usually offered, but
yeah.
I think when I was in 5th grade, they're like, "Oh, you guys." It was like I think a week long, and I never forget when they'd be like, "You only have like 5 minutes to shower, so you have to hurry or else the water." So you're like, and it was a good time. I remember having a really good time, and it was my first experience ever like going on a cabin, like camping kind of experience. So it was a lot of fun. But I think that was the only time I ever did go to like some kind of a camp.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I went to church camp.
Oh, that's very different.
So it was for a week, and it was like my first time away from my mom, and that was like scary. But I was in 6th or 7th grade.
Okay.
And I did not get to stay in a fun cabin. We had a yurt.
Oh, no.
Which was actually okay. So it's like a big, huge tent. Mm-hmm. And our setup was actually better than all the girls who had to stay in these tiny cabins because ours was spaced out.
Oh.
And like the air could flow through it.
Let me look it up.
It was so much fun. I loved it. I loved doing the excursions.
Oh, it's kind of like
swimming.
A glamping tent.
So like what people do is glamping nowadays. That's what I stayed in when I was in 6th or 7th grade.
Not bad. Not bad.
It was actually fun, and you met kids like from other like parts of California or out of state.
I like it.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it, and I really miss like that part, like the camaraderie of it.
Was it all church stuff though? Like Bible studies?
So it was like, so we had parts, and we had like a booklet that you had to go and do certain things.
Activities. Yeah,
certain activities, but you still had like zip lining. We got to go on the boat and do like water skiing and all kinds of stuff as well.
Okay.
We went swimming, but it was like every night we had worship, and we had, a little talk, and the food was actually amazing.
I remember the food being good too.
I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun.
Right.
And it wasn't like a lot of people like on church camp. I was like, I was not brainwashed, but I feel like people who say that are, but it wasn't like you need to have the Lord in you now. It was just like if you choose, and it was very respectful. It was very respectful, and you got to see a lot of kids, but you also, people. So there were still rude kids. There were still rude adults that I was like, you realize that you're an adult and you are being competitive against a 12-year-old.
Yeah, that's a little.
Mm-hmm. So
I don't know what to tell you.
And it was funny because those adults was like, you go to my church. Anyways.
Judging you forever.
But I really enjoyed it. But I've always wanted to go to an adult camp.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I remember you sending me links and videos to like, oh, there's such a thing as an adult camp. And I was like, there is? Tell me more.
And I remember Evan even brought it up to us because there used to be a cruise also. And I was like, I want to do a CrossFit cruise.
A CrossFit cruise?
Yeah, there used to be like back in the day, I could have sworn. And so I was like, oh, I've heard about the cruise. He's like, no, it's like a camp for like CrossFitters. And I was like, same what? And I remember him explaining it, and I was like, oh, I think I read about this. And it's where you
I did not know about it until you brought it up and he brought it up, and I was like, what?
I think it's like absolutely amazing. Like adult camp and CrossFit, things that I love.
Perfect.
Tell me more. So it's still like where you go to the camp, you fly in, You get shuttled in, and you get to meet people, right, who have
And
the
where is
same
this at,
likings.
did you say?
This is in Tennessee.
Even better.
So you get to learn and have fun, and it's being an adult also, which is a little bit better than being a kid, right?
Yeah.
And in some aspects,
You would be like, I have a little more money. I could actually do things. And
so
nice.
this is a camp that you'll spend a week learning from some of the world's most elite athletes who have turned into your educators for the week, which is really cool. So you're learning from people who specialize in these things, and you're having fun. It's not that I have to certify in this, I have to test in this, I have to show them that I'm doing, like, you're learning and having a good time because, I mean, let's face it, you paid to learn.
Right.
You're going to have a nice time. I
That's
feel
cool.
like when I do like my level 1, level 2 for CrossFit, like I have to show these people that I'm a good coach. I have to certify. Here, I'm like, no, I'm just an athlete
just
who
having a
wants to
good time.
learn.
Right.
Yeah. So this camp is not just for the experienced athletes. Oh, no. It is even for the beginners.
Okay.
Yes. So these are people who are looking for even fundamental aspects of movements and doing CrossFit, the amazing sport, which I was like, yeah, there was people at my level 1 who were like, I've never done CrossFit. I thought I would pay for a level 1
Really?
$1,000 to just learn because it looks fun and I want to know more about it. And I was like, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
They also invite coaches, gym owners, and anyone who want to challenge themselves or just learn. And this can be done with what most say of like-minded and passionate people. So that's like the biggest thing.
I like that.
Yeah. In this camp, they break down high-level movements into easy to understand drills to help you reach goals you never thought you'd possibly can do or even attain. And they also keep you moving healthy in your movement patterns, so you are working out for years to come. Like, that's their goal. They want to, kind of what CrossFit is, right?
Right.
They want you to work out throughout your whole entire existence on this earth. They want you to do it too, and they want you to learn those movements that are maybe tricky, or maybe that you're like, that's my goal for this year, and they want you to know how to do it healthily through your
Safely.
body and
Yeah.
safely. And I was like,
How many
really
days
like
did you say
that.
this is?
It's a week.
Oh, that's a good amount of time.
All right. So let's talk about the man with the plan. His name is Dave Durante. Durante? Yeah. After spending many years as a gymnastics coach at Flippist, he thought of an idea for an adult fitness camp. So he was like at this, he was doing gymnastics and all this stuff and then coaching it. And he's like, you know, it'd be fun if adults wanted to learn this because I like learning things. And he brought it up to the Power Monkey Fitness partners because there's a Power Monkey gym.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. And he brought it up to the partners, Shane Girati and Sadie Durante. The facilities were top notch. So this was all in Tennessee. And so the idea that the Power Monkey camp was then born because they're like, I mean, why not?
Sounds like a good idea. A
Right?
good investment.
The next step meant convincing their friends in the fitness industry that an idea of this scale would work, right? Because you're like, well, then who's going to help us with it?
We need
Who's
some
going to coach it?
sponsors and
Yeah. Who's going to help us maintain that healthy level, those movements? Who's going to do that? And who do we know who'd want to do that in this industry? Because when you go to any of these other camps, you have to get counselors. You have to get people who are speakers. You have to get people who are keeping safety. You have to get cooks. All these people come
I
in line.
volunteer as tribute.
Right. So, I mean, definitely with the investment and the money wise, getting the word out there and would people even come was like the biggest thing. Cause I was like, this had
Really?
to take, yeah.
I
Cause
guess
I was
for-
like, who would
Pay
who
or
would
wanna-
pay to do CrossFit for a summer camp
week.
or movements or things like that. And I think when people thought about it, they'd be like, oh, we're doing CrossFit every day. Well, I already have a gym membership, but it's where they actually have classes for weightlifting. They have
Like personalized clinics that are tiered
for
to-
running, for gymnastics.
That's so cool.
And then they have classes, right? So they were determined to get everyone out to Tennessee with their amazing staff of coaches and experts, not to mention the top-notch sponsor group, which was led by not only the great RX Smart Gear man.
Oh.
Yeah, so he even puts on clinics. This allowed them to take camp from just an idea to the real thing. The very first camp, they had 30 campers and 30 staff. With a small ratio, the campers actually had like a great experience because it was one-on-one.
That's what I was going to say.
And you could break them off into even smaller groups. So they were like, well, this was so amazing, we don't want it to get bigger.
Right.
But as it was going on, like you talk to your friends, you're like, well, what did you do this summer? I went here. It was so amazing. And it did start to grow. And Blake lost her spot again.
Totally fine. I mean, why wouldn't it grow though? I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
We didn't know about it. We heard about it. We're like, we want to do it.
They had over 1,500 campers from over 16 countries as it has progressed. So it went from 30 to 30. And as the years have progressed, they have had
to make more
1,500 overall. So not in one setting. That's just throughout the years, but it grew 30 to now like over the
quadrupled.
Years. Yep. And many people travel. So like 60 countries. It's become a global name as a must go to fitness experience, not only for the curriculum, but more for the relationships that you are building during the week spent immersing yourself in the community. So as we say, like CrossFit's in itself, your box should feel like a community. And if you don't feel that community, then you need to ask why. Is it the amount of time that I'm going? If I'm going 1 week, I'm not going to build a community. I'm just going. Right. We also have members that they get out of work at like 5:30 and they just want to work out and go home. Mm-hmm. So that's like different. They are part of the community and not. But when you really dig deep to the people who are sticking, the people who love it, the people who want this, it's the community. So when you go and you outreach to this camp, you get a different type of community from all over. And then you're traveling and you're like, I'll go visit you at your box. I'll do this. Mm-hmm. CrossFit really does bring people together. It really helps adults. I keep hitting my mic. It really helps adults to make friends.
Right. Which is a hard thing to do nowadays.
It is a very hard thing to do. So again, this is just not for an athlete, but looking at a gym owner or coach's aspects, you'll exceed in your personal knowledge of movement patterns, but also benefit from learning the best cues and drills to help your community and your classes, and plus the advantage of networking with other coaches and owners to have ideas and what works for them. Like, that's also a really cool thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, it'd also be really cool, like, what are those, when you have those work retreats? That would be a fun work retreat. That would be a costly work retreat. That's true. But I would love that for like CrossFit coaches and owners to like have that kind of be like, hey, if you want to do a coaches retreat, here's this special cost.
That's true.
Right? So they do have like a chef. They bring in
I'm assuming it's healthy
foods.
Oh wow.
They do have like where you can drink, and they have the bonfire, and they have those parts of it too where it's still like a camp. Mm-hmm. And you get enthralled with that and you're just being involved in that way, which I also enjoy that. You do get to go to Mayhem for one of the days to go do a workout in Cookeville. So you do have all those fun aspects. But like let's look at
I could see how that's a big networking thing for a lot of like, I guess, influencers or people who are trying to put their foot on the door and get to meet people and learn people.
Well, like even in this past, so Evan had said that he'd been to it like 1 or 2 times. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, I just saw a meme for Time. He was there and he was learning how to do bar muscle ups and talking about that camp. And I was like, that is a really cool thing to do. And then you're networking, like you just said, and also getting your part out of like what you stand for. So I can see that part. Mine would be like, I do want to learn. I want to.
Yeah, those clinics are all things that I would love to be a part of.
So you have like these coaches are, they have like specialty gymnastic coaches that do handstands. some specialize in rings, some in bars. And then they have men and women who do this. And like just reading it, you have one that was like a level 10 junior Olympic gymnast and was a track and field state champion. And her name's Casey Clark. She specializes in bars for gymnastics. You have Shane DeFrides, and he specializes also in bars. It's 2-time NCAA All-American on high bar, 1996 Olympian for Barbados, parallel bar skill innovator. So
super qualified people who have obviously have done their work, and
right.
I mean, they must not be cheap.
No,
so you're paying for that too.
But you also have Olympic weightlifting. So you have Cheryl Haworth, 3 times Olympian, Olympic medalist, youth snatch world record holder, All-American and Pan-American record super heavyweight category.
Record holder? My goodness.
And then you have Chad Vaughn, who's a 9-time national champion and American record holder for clean and jerk and masters snatch and clean and jerk total, 2-time Olympian, founder of Barbell Mobility.
Wow.
Right?
I'm impressed.
So, and that's just a few you have running with Margot Alvarez, who I met in Vegas.
I know you did tell me about that. She's still fangirling about it.
So, again, 7-time CrossFit Games athlete, fitness coach, founder of Work Hard, Wind Down. You have Darnell Hardy, who also focuses on running with aerobic capacity trained, lead coach for Paradiso CrossFit, dedicated fitness trainer. Jump rope, which our man Dave Newman, RX Smart Gear owner, so founder and CEO of RX Smart Gear, creator of the RX method. He's part of the crew too for jump rope. You have rowing, which these 2 ladies are medalists in rowing and 2 times NCAA champs. So you have work with kettlebells. You have work with then lecture coaches, going over like movements, going over sleep, going on longevity, contrast therapy, programming, nutrition.
Wow.
So you get these lectures as well. It's really, really cool. You also have the staff who's their massage therapist.
Wow.
Yoga. Yeah.
Damn.
I'm just like, I would absolutely
jump on this.
If I had
how
the money.
Much? Oh my God. Here's the big number. What is it?
Let me look at it.
It all sounds great, Blake. You sold me on the product. How much is it going to cost me?
I want to go to it. How much is it going to cost you?
I'm scared.
They do payments.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to hear.
Right. The next one is for next year. And this one is...
I'm scared.
When is it? This one is April 26th to May 2nd in 2026. And it's $2,299. Right now you save $300. It's usually $25.99. So it includes 6-night accommodation, 10 sessions, 3 weightlifting, 3 gymnastics, 1 rowing, 1 jump rope, 1 kettlebell, 1 endurance. Daily morning yoga class, which is optional for you to go to.
Absolutely, I'm paying for it.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Field trip to CrossFit Mayhem for group workout.
Wow.
Nightly seminars on various topics, injury prevention, nutrition, programming, and sleep, contrast therapy, sauna, and cold plunge.
Wow.
And open gym time to work with coaches.
I mean, I'm thinking about it as like obviously flight's not included, right?
No,
you gotta
flight
do your own
is
flight.
not included. So,
but for food and accommodations and all of it just seems like it's worth it.
So like if I was doing it right now, I can do a payment plan because it's next year, right?
Right.
It's $234.25 a month. You can make it into, if you wanted to do it in maybe you can't. So that would be per month. I was like, if you wanted to pay it in 2. Yeah. But yeah, so there are payment plans. So if you think of it that way, $235 a month for 8 months. But is that something that you want? Flight is not included. So the shuttle is not included.
Ah, okay.
You have to pay extra for those things. There's a little bit extra for stuff if you want it. I mean, I don't know. I
think
feel like if we lived closer and I was like, I can just drive.
Right. It is a kind of once in a lifetime experience though, kind of thing that I'd be like, maybe I'd want to do it once in my life and then call it a day, but it is pretty up there.
It is. And that one's the spring one, and then they have a fall one. Right. So I'd be like, okay, can I do like something that's $200 a month if I start in like August?
Yeah.
And I do those payment plans for it. I do have to have a flight. So now we're not looking at $2,500. We're looking at like $3,000.
It would have to replace your vacation for sure.
Yeah, it would.
I'm like,
so I'm like, man, I wish we had the money. I wish we had like 20,000 followers and we could just be sponsored to go.
And they'll be like, you know what, guys, we'll pay you guys to just come and like put us in your podcast and absolutely sign us up.
Yeah. But it is something to like think about if that's what you guys want. If you want the next thing and you love CrossFit and you love fitness and you want to learn something, like check out Power Monkey Camp. Like, why not?
I definitely would if I had the funds.
Oh, yeah.
Sign me
There's
up.
times when I was like, I want to go to Wadapalooza in Florida. I know that they have the California one and things like that. But I'm like, I've always wanted to go to the one in Florida.
I mean, you can pass by Universal while you're at it. You know what I mean?
You can. There's so many things. There is opportunities for these fun things in our community, our atmosphere for CrossFit. And I enjoy that they're having those. And I enjoy that you can look at the price and see who will be coaching you, who's leading the seminars, who is actually teaching you. It'd be different if they're like, oh yeah, we've owned a gym for like 10 years and that's all we have for our backing.
Right.
Like,
and you get to meet new people.
Yep. And you're actively seeking out people to better yourself and meeting new people, like Joycey said. I think if I had the money right now, I would definitely sign up for it.
Yeah, I totally would too. I think when we first heard about it, we're like, yeah, we would do it, like hands down. And then we saw the price and we're like, I mean, he did warn us though. He was like, it is pretty up there, but
you should do it. And I was like, oh, bro, I got 2 kids. We have vacations. Like, that is also like, for me, I can't take my kids with me. So I'd have to be like, hey, I'm doing this vacation by myself, a $3,000 vacation by myself. That's where it kind of stops me, where I'm like, they're not old enough for me to be like, hey, we're not doing that. We're going to work on us.
Well, you know, when we're training and getting ready for Masters, that might be the time to go. So just saying. Yeah, I do go back to it, and I think it's worth it. If you have the money, I 100% think it's worth it. That you're going to be trained by people who are professionals in their field, and it makes
Olympians,
sense.
Like, have done things.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it really does, and have fun.
Yeah, because you're getting, like, if you think about it, it's like a personalized one-on-one class with this person. Like, that's pretty. You can't put a price on that.
No,
cannot put a price on that.
So I really like that, but. That's all I have for Power Monkey.
Sign me up. Sign me up, girl. If anyone wants to fund it, sponsor us.
Yeah. Go fund me.
We should throw a GoFundMe at this point. Even if only one of us makes it, it'll be like, Blake, go. Do it for both of us. You're the face, represent.
All right.
But yeah, thank you, Blake, for that recap.
I was like, man, I really want to go.
And I'm sure a lot of people don't know about it because we didn't know about it. So I'm glad that we're speaking to it and allowing other people to, if they want to jump on that opportunity, it's there. And you're only going to grow from there. I mean, you're going to like learn all the possible skills you can. Like Blake said, it's not all RX. It's open to beginners. Like, you're only going to get stronger after joining and participating.
Yeah, you're going to learn so many different kinds of drills. Like, even when I went from my level 1 to level 2 just in CrossFit, like knowing different drills, knowing how to talk, knowing what to do. Like, as a coach's standpoint and as an athlete, like going to this camp, so many things would probably be unlocked.
I'm like, maybe Coach Chris could sponsor you guys to go out there. You're like, probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
Just throwing it out there, Coach Chris.
But
no
have
pressure.
You gone? Would you go? Like, let us know.
We want to hear from you.
Let us know how you thought about it. And if you'd go, let us know what you think about the prize. If you even think it's worth it. I sure do. But on that note, if you feel like this podcast is your swig of pre-workout, please subscribe, follow, hit those 5 stars. Make sure you are following so you don't miss an episode.
That's right.
Let us know how we're doing. Let us know if we PR or if we no rep on an episode. We need to know either way to get better.
That's right.
By hitting those 5 stars, that does help us, not with just Blake's confidence, but also getting our podcast out there. If you could leave a comment on Spotify and let us know that you listened to this episode, how you felt about this episode. Again, if you would go or if you have gone, or even reaching out on Apple Podcasts, leaving a review. That helps us so much.
Indeed.
This is also on YouTube, so you can leave a comment. Let us know how we're doing on there as well. iHeartRadio, Amazon Music.
All the works.
All of it.
All the works.
But if you feel like your affiliate is the best, we're still looking for affiliate
We are.
owners, and you want us to come visit, please let us know. You can DM us on Instagram at Savagely Scaled, or email us savagelyscaled1 at gmail.com. If you also have a PR or a friend did a PR and you want to shout them out, please send us their information and we will shout them out on an episode.
But shout out to the recent graduates too. I know Catherine was one of them.
Catherine graduated.
Kylie as well.
Yep. Shout out to Kylie for her graduation. All the graduates. Amy as well.
That's right.
So great job, guys.
Good things happening.
Season.
Thank you,
and
Jenny.
Shout out.
Jenny wants to say congrats too. That's right, girl. You tell them.
But remember, don't be a Karen.
Be a Sharon.
And keep sharing your thoughts, Jenny. Staring me down. And until
we meet
at the whiteboard again.
Bye.